Let's see. There has been a lot of questions about one of the videos I put up quite a while ago. I was basically jamming along with a chord progression I kind of derived from a Charlie Puth song called Boy, which is a really great song, so you should all just check it out. It's really cool what the guy's doing. But a lot of people were asking me, what are you playing over? What do you do when improvising over those chords? So I thought I'd just shoot a little video telling you how I do those things. So basically what I did was first there was this bass line, so it went like. So those are the notes are F sharp, G sharp, A sharp or B flat, depends on how you look at it. I'm gonna call it B flat for now. So we've got F sharp, G sharp, B flat, B flat, C, C sharp, E flat, C sharp, G sharp, B flat, F, F sharp. So those are the notes of the bass line. What I basically did was just go through the scale. So you could say it's like, so the minor scale of B flat. You could also view it as Lydian. You could view it as G sharp Mixolydian, but none of that stuff really matters if you want to know what chords I use. So those are just some fancy terms, but they shouldn't mean anything to you. So what I basically did was just went up there and following the B flat minor scale. So what I did was basically make chords. So the first chord is F sharp major, G sharp major, B flat minor. Then I went to B flat minor again. And what I did here is I basically played G sharp major in the C shape. So if you know the cage system, it's basically the shape of a C chord. But I left out the root note, which would normally be played on the 11th fret of the A string. I basically removed that completely and just barred with the thumb. I played the C notes to get the bass line going. So the bass line is still working as is. So see? So the next chord would be C sharp major. Then I went to an E flat minor, to C sharp major, to G sharp major, to B flat minor, to F minor, to F sharp minor, F sharp major, I'm sorry. And that's basically what I keep in my head when the improvising starts. So in the video you see me play the bass line one or two times first, and after that I'm doing just a simple single line of chords to give you guys some more context as to where I'm going when improvising over it. And then the soloing starts, and during the soloing I was really trying to really establish what chord I was going for. So the first thing is just. And over that I was thinking. So that's basically where I was going for. And when improvising over chords or modal chords or whatever kind of chord you're facing at the moment, I'm basically thinking about, okay, what are some important notes in a chord? So usually, you know, you can get away with playing the root. So if I'm taking the chord progression of right now in mind, I would go like. something like that, you know, just off the cuff. So what I'm basically thinking is, what are some common notes in chords and what are important notes when defining a chord? So usually a full chord, so to speak, consists of the root, so in our case either the F sharp, the G sharp, so on, so on. And the third would set major or minor, don't know, depends on the chord. So the third is really important. The fifth, you can go to the seventh, and when you're into some more exotic playing, you can go to the sixth, and the ninths are usually a pretty good place to start when you want to sound a little more exotic. But that's usually what I think of. Normally when improvising, I don't really like just accentuating the root notes all of the time. I think as a lead guitarist, you should toy with the idea of giving the listener, making the listener work for visiting home, as it were. So I try not to, implement the root notes in my improv very often, because I find it, I don't want to gratify the listener at the beginning of a guitar solo. I want the listener to think about what I'm doing. Would it be in a modal context or a theoretical context or just in an exciting context? So when I play over, let's say, a blues chord progression in A, so we're gonna go with a very tempting thing to do there is just play the A notes immediately and go, which is alright, but you're giving away so much in such a small amount of time. So what I would do is basically just go or something like that. I like to toy with the idea of how home can I get, and at the end of a solo you can just go, and the listener will know, okay, it's done, we're home, we're good. So I hope this little video was helpful, and I'm also on Fiverr right now for session stuff, so if you guys want me to be the guitar player on your record, give my Fiverr page a quick visit. I'll put the link in the description below, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!